It is time to lock in. I got home from my Europe trip yesterday and we have exactly 1 week until my bestie Soph's Hens. Hens, Hendu, Bachelorette, whatever you want to call it. We call it a Hens in Australia. I thought it would be fun to film a little like behind the scenes vlog of all of the things that we get up to leading up to the Hens. A lot is already planned, like the itinerary and the concepts and the themes and everything like that, but we just have to make it come to life now. That is kind of what this week is going to entail. But I feel like I need to give you the rundown of the vibes, the plans, like what we want this little getaway to look like. So I would say Soph has been moderately involved. She doesn't know everything, but she does know a decent amount. She decided that for her hen, she wanted to have like a little getaway. She wanted it to be like an overnight thing or a 2-night thing, not just like a day thing. But within those 2 nights, she also wanted to have like a bridal shower involved in the getaway, so not a separate bridal shower at a different date. And she also chose the guest list, of course. And we had a bit of like a bridal party lunch a couple of months ago where we sat down with our bride Soph and we just like talked all things Hens. We asked her what she wanted, what kind of theme she wanted, what things she did not want. I think it's really important to ask what they don't want, and that conversation was so helpful. We literally took notes, and I honestly don't know if Soph remembers like how much guidance she actually gave us, because I would say everything that we're doing for the Hens is an idea that came from her. I just don't know if she remembers or not. So as for the things that she wanted, overall she wanted it to feel like a retreat. Soph is not really like a party girl. Obviously she loves to have fun, but she didn't want it to be like a wild rager, which is honestly great because I don't know if I would have been able to plan something like that. So yeah, she wanted it to feel like a retreat, to be chill, to be calm, but still to be fun. And she specifically chose the theme Trippin' with Soph. She wanted it to feel like a brand trip, kind of like Trippin' with Tart vibes. I mean, we don't have the resources that a big brand like that has, but we're gonna try our best to achieve that idea. And when we asked her what kind of like themes or like dress codes she might enjoy or might like, she said she would really like a garden party theme, like cute floral dresses. And she also said she would like sequins and sparkles, like that kind of vibe. So we kind of just planned the itinerary from there. I'll put the itinerary on the screen in case you guys are wondering. I don't feel like it's anything too crazy, honestly, and I feel like we've been able to hopefully achieve the vibe that she wanted while still having enough time to chill in between. And so in terms of prep, we have a few different things that we need to kind of prep for. The first thing is the overall theme Trippin' with Soph. Since we want to make it feel like a brand trip, we need to kind of turn Trippin' with Soph into a brand. So I want to create logos, I want to create like signature fonts, I want to create a color scheme. I think we're going to go with blue and white because that's what we've put on like the invites and stuff that we've already sent out to the girls, and blue is Soph's favorite color. We're also going to do goodie bags. All of that stuff is at Lang's house, so we need to go over there later this week and pack all the goodie bags. The second thing is our movie night. We're going to do a Parent Trap themed movie night, so there's a bunch of like niche decor and kind of like nods to the film that we want to do, so there are some DIYs for that. The next thing is the garden party bridal shower, so I want to make a sign. I might have to do some thrifting. We need to plan the tablescape, a few things to do there, and I think that's mostly it. Like those are the things that we need to like prep for this week. We obviously need to do grocery shopping and stuff like that, but I think those are the main things. So this video is not necessarily going to be like a tutorial of like how to do all of the DIYs and things we're doing this week, but hopefully it'll give you some ideas. Obviously I'll show you how I'm doing things, but hopefully we can make this all come together, because right now everything just feels like an idea and we have to make it come to life. The first thing I want to work on is like the brand trip element of it and like how we're going to try and make it feel like a brand trip. So I've come up with kind of like a logo and like signature fonts and signature colors and things like that we're going to be using for this trip to like make it feel like a brand. And so I'll show you what that is looking like so far. I'm using Canva for like everything. Canva has become my BFF. So all of the fonts and illustrations and things that I'm using are all from Canva. And I'm also hopefully going to use my Cricut machine to do some of those DIYs as well and create decals and stuff. So I was just about to show you my laptop screen, and then I was like, wait, I can literally just like insert images on the screen, which will be way better. So we have this as one of our signature fonts, just like the Trippin' with Soph like cursive writing, and then I've created these like circular logos that we're going to also incorporate throughout the house. I feel like having like a logo or something that like resembles a logo will be fun for like smaller details. Like I'm thinking we can add some of these as decals onto the pool fence, onto windows, onto mirrors. I think we're also going to use these circular ones for creating little personalized water bottle labels. I've I've also created a welcome sign. We're gonna get this printed at Officeworks, and again just has like the signature fonts, the signature colors, all of those little illustrations that will be able to kind of like flow through the whole trip, so there's just like an overarching like theme and it makes it quite cohesive. Also, we should be able to Chromecast onto the TV, so I've also created something that can be Chromecast onto the TV that almost like acts like a sign, I guess, and just kind of adds to that brand trip element. Once you've done a few of these things, you can kind of just like not copy and paste, but just reuse the same images and fonts and things, and that makes it quite easy as well. We also have little name tags that match all of these things that I'm going to print out and add to the goodie bags, and the itinerary that we're going to print off and add onto Soph's bed and also like the guests' beds also matches this perfectly. And another way to make it feel like a brand trip is that we have made merch, and when I say we, it's mostly George. We've come up with a design which is based on a design that we found on Pinterest, and we just obviously changed the wording and stuff to make it Trippin' with Soph instead. But George, who was one of the maid of honors, her dad has the machinery that will be able to create shirts with this like design on it, so we're gonna have a shirt for everyone, like an oversized shirt, and again I feel like that really adds to the brand trip vibe of it all, you know? After I'd finished coming up with all the designs, I decided to start working on the decals. I don't know why, but decals feel like such a brand trip thing to me. I feel like having decals on the mirrors and windows and things like that just feels so legit, and they're so easy to make, especially if you have a Cricut machine. And if you don't have a Cricut machine, I do believe you can order these on like Etsy or something like that. So whether you make them yourselves or order them in, I think these are such a fun way to add little small details everywhere. And I feel like when it comes to hosting an event for someone else, the details just make things feel so special. So I'm so glad that we made these, and they turned out so cute. We wanted to do personalized disposable cameras. We just bought a pack of 3, and we're going to put them probably in like the kitchen or the lounge room, or spread them out around the house so that people can use them over the few days that we're there, because Soph loves photos, she loves film photos, so we thought this could be fun. So we bought a pack of 3, and we wanted to get like personalized, what do they call them, like a sticker to put over the orangey part. I've just looked it up on Etsy. It looks like people call them wraps, disposable camera wraps. So obviously you can buy these personalized wraps on Etsy. You can buy them as a download. I think you can buy them as an actual sticker and they'll ship it to you, but I had a look and none of them really suited like the theme, the colors, the vibes that we were going for, and I was like, oh, surely I can just make it myself. I feel like sometimes I have the how hard can it be gene when it comes to like DIYs and crafty things, and sometimes that's to my detriment, and I think in this scenario I probably just should have got some from Etsy. Let me run you through what I did in case you want to do it yourself, but keep in mind it might take a bit of time. These are the cameras that we went with, and I just peeled off the sticker so that it looked like this, so it's just plain black, and then I took the sticker and put it on a sheet of paper, and then I uploaded this onto my iPad, and I just drew an outline and made it into this little shape. Is there an easier way of doing this? Probably. I'm not saying that this is the best way to do it, I'm just saying this is how I did it. But yes, I drew around this shape to make it into this, and I actually customized it a bit more, made the sticker actually cover a bit more of the camera, because this didn't give us a lot of space to like add little designs to, so I made it cover more, and then I actually printed it out and cut it out to make sure I got it the right size. I played around with this for a while. I have a few that didn't actually work out so well, but I think this was like the 3rd try. It wasn't like a ridiculous amount of tries, but I eventually got it exactly the right size. So this is what it's going to look like. This obviously has no design on it. So then I just went on Canva and I made it look a little bit cuter. So our theme is like blue and white and like coastal vibes. Canva is my best friend, but I just went in and added designs. So my plan, and I hope it's going to work out, I don't know if it is, I'm going to print these out at Officeworks on sticker paper and then cut around the outline and then hopefully stick it to our cameras. We've got laying on the tools, cutting out our little...
Look how cute they look.
They turned out really well, guys. Yay!
So cute.
So we ended up just printing them on sticker paper.
They're like
labels? Shipping labels. This is what we got. Printed 2 on each sheet, cut them out and stuck them on, and it worked really well. Definitely like finicky, but it works. We've just printed off, again using the sticker paper, some labels for water bottles. I just ripped the label off our water bottle and we are going to try and stick this one on. This is what our labels are looking like. Got the logo, the brand logo, if you will.
Logo. Oh no, it's stunning. It's stunning. It's perfect.
Oh, now just to do
Slay.
this a few more times. Next up we have the goodie bags. Lang did so much work behind the scenes with organising these, so shout out to her. But an even bigger shout out has to go to the brands who wanted to contribute to helping us spoil Soph and her friends. They were incredibly generous and we are so thankful. And of course I couldn't leave you guys hanging. I had to give you a goodie bag haul. Do you want to hold the bag while I hand you the stuff, while we show them?
Okay.
Just to show you what's in our amazing goodie bags. We have a bag from Beginning Boutique. We also have this gorgeous tumbler from Beginning Boutique, giving Barbie vibes.
These bags also have a clasp and a pocket.
Yes.
They're so good.
We have
Obsessed.
one of these bags in a different design and I literally love it. It's so good. Then we have a towel from Cotton On, this gorgeous blue colour because it goes with our theme. And also from Cotton On, everyone's getting a set of matching pyjamas. And Soph has these white ones with a floral print on them. I haven't opened them up yet. We will open them up in a second. But everyone else has these blue ones with pink, like, detailing, which is so cute.
So cute.
I'm so excited to wear these afterwards as well.
Adorable.
How cute. George also made these shirts for everyone. Shout out George and shout out George's dad. They say Trippin' with Soph on them and they're blue and white again to go with the theme.
And Soph has a white one.
We also got everyone a little almost like matcha kit because obviously Soph loves matcha. This is her matcha brand if you guys don't know. Matcha Lane. So we got everyone a weck jar because Soph loves having her matcha in a weck jar. So we felt like this was a bit of like a Soph matcha starter pack. A weck jar, matcha powder, and a cute little glass straw with a butterfly on it. We have a bunch of skincare goodies from Bondi Sands. These look so cute too. Oh, a matcha lip balm.
Oh,
That's cool.
On theme.
Some goodies from Hi Smile. We have a toothbrush, a lip balm, and some whitening strips. I'm intrigued by those actually. They really kill their packaging too, don't they?
And we've got some toothpaste for the bathrooms.
Yes, we have 4 bathrooms in the house, so we have 1 toothpaste for each bathroom as well as some other goodies to go in there. We have some breath spray from Gem, and this is watermelon mint with cooling menthol, which is just kind of fun. We have some collagen crystal eye masks from James Cosmetics. We have all used these and love these, especially if you put them in the fridge and then use them. They're like the best in summer especially. We were absolutely spoiled by Fun Day Sweets, which is amazing because Soph is obsessed with Fun Day Sweets. So we have some for the goodie bags and some for the rest of the house as well, where people can just grab them whenever they feel like it. And lastly, we have a little like toiletry or like cosmetic bag for everyone. Lana's just like I'm so sorry. She's packing this as we go. But they just have everyone's names embroidered on them as well. And these are just so cute. They're like flat right now, but once they've got some stuff in them, they'll be such a good little size actually. And again, goes with the color scheme. And that's everything in the goodie bag. I'm currently working on some things for the Parent Trap themed night. For decor, we're not doing anything too crazy. Just like a couple nods to the film. So the first thing I've done is try to recreate the iconic Parent Trap ripped photo. If you've seen the movie, you know the one. The parents have a photo of them sitting at dinner on a boat and the photo has been ripped in half and each twin has half of the photo. So I have tried to recreate this photo with a photo of Sam and Soph. I feel like a major stalker because I stalked Soph's like whole Instagram to try and find a photo that would kind of work. I've kind of figured it out. It's not perfect. I don't know how to use Photoshop, so I have used Canva and just played around with a bunch of settings. This is actually a photo of them, or it's actually a screenshot from a video of them sitting in London at a little bistro table on their balcony. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry for being just such a stalker. And like I said, it's not perfect, but I think it's worked very well. So we're gonna print this and then rip it in half and put it somewhere as a bit of decor. We printed our little Parent Trap photo with Sam and Soph, but now I have to rip it, and this is a one-hit wonder. We've only got one of these. I guess we could print another one if we needed to, but
It's meant to be like quite rustic.
yeah, I just need to make sure that like it's not just like,
Yeah.
you know.
I think rip it slowly.
Yeah, I agree.
You're shaking.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, that's a good rip. That's perfect.
Yes! Okay, we've done it, guys. We have done it. I'm making a little Camp Walden banner / garland to use as a piece of decor. So I already had these little triangles from a previous event that I hosted, and you can just thread a piece of string through them. And so I pulled out enough to spell Camp Walden, and then I just traced little letters onto white paper and cut them out. But the colors of Camp Walden are white and green, like a forest green. So I'm going to glue the letters on here to give them like this green backing, and then I'm going to glue them down. And then this DIY should be pretty much done. finished the little banner. I still need to thread some string through it. I think I'm just going to use some twine, but it turned out cute. I am a little mad at myself because now looking at it, I'm like, I think I should have done the white as the background and have the green as like the front color, because it almost just looks like it's outlined with like black. I hate being a perfectionist, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. One DIY checked off the list. We've got our water bottles, we've got a glue gun, and we've got some little lizards, and we're going to turn these into the Meredith Blake water bottle from the camping scene by just gluing them here. Yeah.
Oh my god, they look so cute.
They do, they look really good. I'm so happy with that actually. How good are these? The green one is so cute. Oh my gosh, love. Let's talk games. I personally think games on a Hens can be really fun, but they can also really be not fun depending on the games and depending on how many games there are and things like that, because you don't want to play like a couple of games that are over within like 5 minutes, but you also don't want to be sitting there for hours and hours playing games if not everyone's into it. So we kind of tried to figure out what was a happy medium, and we decided on doing 3 games, and we also decided to do it during the movie night. So the first night when the girls get there, the plan is for everyone to arrive around like 4:30, and then everyone can just like chill and catch up for a couple of hours, and then we'll have dinner, then everyone can go and get in their PJs and get cozy, and then we'll do some games followed by a movie, and people can kind of just go to bed whenever they feel like it. The first game we decided to do, I don't even know what it's technically called. I guess like How Well Does the Groom Know the Bride? I feel like it's just a classic. To be honest, I did not do much work for this. George and Lang went over to Soph's place while she was away on an overseas trip, and they basically interviewed Sam, her fiance, and asked him a bunch of questions about Soph and recorded his response, like filmed it, and then George kind of edited it all together for a little video so that we can make it into a game where we ask Soph a question. For example, like, what do you think Sam would say is your favorite food? And she has to guess what Sam is going to say, and I guess we just like see how well they know each other and see if they give the same answers. Again, it's like a classic bridal shower or like Hens game, but I think it's really sweet and I think it's really fun. Yes, for the bride, but I think it's also fun for everyone else just to watch as well. Then for the next game, we did like a How Well Do You Know the Bride? So obviously we've already asked Sam all these questions, but then we came up with a whole different list of questions, and some of them were like super niche and random. Like some of them are just classic things like, what is Soph's favorite color? Where did Soph and Sam get engaged? But then some of them are super random, like if Soph was a grocery store, which grocery store would she be? Or if Soph was going to marry a Disney prince, which Disney prince would she marry? Like very just like random things. And I put all of these questions into a Kahoot. I feel like you either know Kahoot or you don't. We used Kahoot a lot in high school, so that's kind of how I know it, but I don't know. I feel like some people know it, some people don't. But it's just basically a website where you can create quizzes, and then once you've created it, you can like publish it, and it will give you a game pin, which is just kind of like a code, and anyone who you want to play, you can just like put that pin on a screen. So for us, we're planning on putting it on the TV so everyone can sit in the lounge room while we're playing these games and like see the TV. They can see the questions, they enter the pin onto their phone, and everyone can play from their phones. So it's very interactive, very easy. I had never actually made a Kahoot before, but it was super easy to create and super easy to use, and I did kind of like a little mock setup so that I could see how it worked, and it looks like it's going to be really fun. I think I saw a TikTok of someone doing this for their birthday. Like they did a Kahoot for their birthday, and I was like, this would be a really fun way to do a game at a Hens, because I think if you can get everyone involved and it's like easy for everyone to get involved, it's really fun. And it also tallies points as you go, so you can get a little leaderboard as you go, and I think that's going to be really fun. And the last game that we decided to do is a little bit random. Again, another little TikTok find, but I just thought it was so funny. It's basically a who's most likely to, but what you do is you get photos of all of the girls that are attending your Hens, and then you ask ChatGPT to make those girls into guys. So now you have all of these photos of all of your guests as guys, and you play who's most likely to. We did who's most likely to end up in jail, who are you most likely to swipe right on a dating app, who's most likely to apply for Love Island, who's most likely to ghost you after a first date. Like you can just do whatever you want with this. We also gave everyone names, and we made them start with the same letter as their actual name. So like obviously my name's Rachel, but my name in this was Ron, and so every time you ask a question, everyone can vote who they think is most likely to do that thing for whatever the question or prompt is. And I think it'll be really fun and just like silly, and we haven't told anyone that we're doing this, so I think it'll be really funny to like put it on the screen and just see people's reactions to seeing them as a man when they had no idea it was coming. But anyway, those are the 3 games we decided to do. So if you need ideas, you're welcome to take ours. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I love hosting. So over the years of hosting many different events, I've been able to collect lots of table linen and plates and cutlery and glassware and vases and things like that, which is amazing for this event because we're going to be utilizing a lot of what I already have. However, I don't have everything we need, so I've decided to come out to some op shops and have a look around to see if I can find a few more things. I'm specifically looking for some more plates. I want to find some more kind of mismatched florally plates because I'm trying to create a bit of a mismatched vibe and I don't have enough, so let's go see what we can find. Okay, that was like semi-successful. A lot of the op shops that I went either only sold their dinnerware in like sets, and I didn't need like a 24-piece set of a whole bunch of different plates and bowls and cups and things. Like I really wanted just like mismatched items, and I was so shocked that that was hard to find. I really thought I'd be able to just find random pieces for quite a good price, and the mismatched pieces that I did find, it'd be like one plate for like $18 or $24, and I'm like, what is going on with op shops? I feel like they just get more and more expensive, and I'm sure those were like nice vintage pieces, but it's an op shop. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but the last one that I went to was successful. I also just picked up some lace ribbon for something else. They had a little section of little mismatched kind of pieces. So I got 3 smaller plates and then 3 larger plates. And she wrapped them up so nicely for me. This is probably my favorite one actually. This is one of the dinner plates. I need to wash all of these. A lot of them are very dusty. Then I got this one, which is just quite muted. And then lastly, I got this one with a yellow floral design. And then some of the side plates do match. So I got the matching yellow plate. I don't think I'm going to match the pieces together though. I'm going to randomly pair 2 different patterns together. I got this one, which does not have a matching one, but it looks so cute. I got this one, which is that muted design, but on a smaller plate. So I'm gonna wash these. Probably gonna hold on to this bubble wrap so that I can wrap them up for when we need to take them to the Airbnb. For the bridal shower / like garden party lunch that we had, I wanted to create little name tags so that everyone knew where they were sitting. So I just took some watercolor paper that I had and cut it to size, and then just started painting watercolor designs, and each one is a little bit different just to make it unique. And then of course I wrote everyone's name on each card, and I also punched a hole in each one so that we could thread it through some ribbon, because I was planning on tying all of the name tags to the napkin with a piece of ribbon. And like I've mentioned, when it comes to hosting an event, I feel like details just make such a big difference. And a lot of those details can just be things that you make at home with things that you already have. They don't have to be super expensive or anything like that. And hopefully it'll make your guests feel really special. I've started working on the main sign for the garden party that we're doing. The theme is She's Off the Market, so it's kind of like garden party, farmer's market, that sort of stuff. And we're doing a hanging fabric sign. I have never done something like this before, so I am fully winging this and just hoping for the best. I've taken a rolling rack that I already had to use as the frame, and then I just bought some white fabric from Spotlight, very inexpensive. It's not linen, but I think it gives the vibe of linen, but it's just more affordable. And I've cut it to size. It was a little bit too wide for my rack, and then I added Velcro strips across the top to fold it over and make it stick to the rolling rack. I'm a little bit nervous for that part because I feel like you can kind of see the little strips of Velcro, so I don't think that is the best, but I don't know. I've seen people do it with eyelets, like they create holes with an eyelet tool, but I don't have an eyelet tool and I didn't really want to purchase one just for one project. So I'm hoping this is okay. I have added one ribbon to this side and that covers one of the little Velcro parts, and I need to go out and buy more ribbon because I've used a whole roll just for one side, so I'll need to get another one for the other side. But I'm going to take this off now and go iron it because obviously it has creases all down it, and once I've ironed it, I'm going to try and get my Cricut and create the decals that will go on top of this. I've got the design all figured out, but it is going to be a bit of a mission because the design is going to be big and Cricut can only do a certain size, so I'm going to probably have to break up the design and like layer it in multiple parts. It's definitely a big project, but I think it'll turn out really cute when it's done. Once all of the designs had been cut by the Cricut, I laid out all the pieces on the fabric to try and get the placement right. I started off on the floor, but I found the soft carpet surface a little bit difficult, so I ended up moving to the kitchen bench, and that was way better. I measured everything to get it centered and then started sticking everything down. I know I could have used iron-on for this, and technically I should have, but if I'm being honest, I just prefer working with removable vinyl. I just find it easier, so that's what I did. I also looked up some video tutorials of what other people had done when making fabric signs, and a lot of them had used just like normal vinyl, so I thought it should be fine. But if I were to do it again, I might use iron-on. I feel like there are pros and cons to whatever you use. I also ended up taking off the Velcro because I hated that you could see it, and I just cut holes in the fabric and tied it to the rolling rack with the ribbon instead. It definitely wasn't perfect, but I think it looked better than the Velcro. I was also so silly, and apparently I didn't film a final shot of it, so here is what it looked like on the day. Good morning, guys. It is officially Hens Day. I am so nervous. I literally feel physically sick. I think I've just put a lot of pressure on myself for everything to go perfect, and for Soph to have the perfect bachelorette, and for her to have the best time ever, and everything has to be like perfectly aesthetic and look a certain way, and I just need to stop feeling like that, because one, it's just an expectation that I put on myself, like no one else has put that on me, and two, it's just out of my control. Like obviously we're gonna try our best for her to have the best time in the world, but there is only so much you can do. Anyway, it was an early start this morning. I woke up at 4:20 because I needed to take Liam to the airport. He's going on a trip. And straight after that, I headed to the Brisbane flower markets, which are honestly one of my favorite places in the world. Like I have not been in so long, and I walked in and I was just like, I love it here. So I wandered around there and grabbed all the florals that we'll need for the weekend, mostly just for like the garden party. That's like the main thing that we needed. We need some florals for the table, and then I'm hoping I can make like a bit of an arrangement to sit next to one of the signs, but it kind of depends how much we have like left over and stuff. Obviously, I am not a professional when it comes to floristry. I wish I was. I'll show you the flowers that I picked up. This is kind of the vibe we're going for. They're sitting in a bucket in the sink right now. I love the flowers that we got. They are some of my favorite that I've ever chosen. I think just like the garden party whimsical fairy vibe is just perfect to me, and I love it so much. I'll put photos on the screen maybe of like the vibe we're going for, but I'll show you close up what we have. We have some of these. I don't know what any of these are called, by the way. We have some of these really big ones. I saw those in a bunch of my inspiration pictures. These are some of my favorite. I'm so excited when I get to purchase these and like use these in my arrangements. This is a new one for me, but I wanted something with a little bit of height. I am a little bit worried because I've never worked with them before, and if you know flowers, some of them are delicate and temperamental, and if I have accidentally picked one that is delicate and temperamental, I don't know what we're gonna do. I love these. I needed some sort of greenery and I didn't have a lot of options, but I love how these look, and I feel like they give that fairy kind of vibe. And then we just have some gorgeous white ones. I think these are just carnations. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Don't listen to a single word I say. And then lastly, gorgeous. Are these dahlias? I could be wrong. I think these are beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna arrange any of the florals here because they're mostly like for tomorrow, and it's much easier to travel with florals in a bucket like that compared to floral arrangements that are like in vases and stuff, because it's just like there's so much room for error. But I think I need to leave here at about 12 because we're going to check in at 2 and start setting up, and then Soph will be there at 4. Huge tip: if you are planning a hens or a bachelorette, make sure you plan something for the bride to do while you are setting up. So whether that means the bride comes to the location, like the accommodation, a little bit later, or whether it means she comes with you and the bridesmaids and then you send her off to do something with one of the bridesmaids or with someone else, like make sure you organize something so she's not just like sitting outside or sitting in a room while you're trying to decorate, because that's just like not fun. And at the end of the day, the person who's supposed to be enjoying their time the most is the bride, so you don't want them like sitting awkwardly in a room while you're trying to set everything up. So Lang, George and I are driving down to the accommodation, meeting there at 2, and Soph isn't coming down till a little bit later. So definitely keep that in mind when you're planning, because I feel like it's something that can slip your mind when you're a bridesmaid trying to like figure this stuff out logistics wise. Anyway, I've packed most of my bag. Honestly just shoved a bunch of stuff in a bag because I don't have the capacity to think about like cute outfits. I've just made sure I haven't packed any white. I'll quickly show you my fun outfits though, like for our themes. So we have 3 things where there is like a dress code. The first one is just a Pilates class, which we're doing at the accommodation, like at the house. One of the girls is actually going to lead it. Shout out Tori. And for that we just need to wear black activewear, so I've just packed some black activewear. The second thing is the garden party, like a lunch, bridal shower lunch. And the theme for that is like pastels, florals, color, basically. So I have 2 options. These are the 2 dresses that I'm bringing, and I'll decide on the day. They are both like midi maxi length dresses, and they're both actually from Petal and Pup. This one is a bit more recent. I haven't worn this to anything yet, but I think it like perfectly suits the vibes. Obviously just like a solid pink with a little bit of detail, and this one fits so beautifully. If I have a code for Petal and Pup, I'll put it on the screen. And this one I've had a little bit longer. I'm not sure if they still sell this one. I wore this to my sister-in-law's wedding actually, but it just is such a garden party vibe, and I love how this one fits. And the last little like dress code that we have is sequins and sparkles. We're going out for dinner. I know Soph has a gorgeous dress for this event, and I'm so excited to see her just look so like glitz and glam. But this is my dress for that. How fun is this? I feel like it looks so fun on camera too. I haven't really seen it on camera. This is from Beginning Boutique, and if you guys need a sequin outfit, you have to go to Beginning Boutique. I think I have a discount code for Beginning Boutique as well, so I'll put that on the screen for you guys. But obviously this is just the perfect vibe for this event. It has like little tie up straps, and then it's just this gorgeous blue color. Anyway, come look at my hallway. It's kind of chaos right now. This is basically my packing situation, or what I need to pack into the car. This is pretty much just hosting stuff. And then of course we have this sign here as well. And this like hanging rail thing needs to fit in my car as well. So fingers crossed for the Kia Rio. She's a small car, but hopefully she can do it. Car is packed. And when I say packed, she is packed. I've got the flower sitting next to me on the passenger seat, strapped in with a seatbelt. And then, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but that is the back. It's also so funny because sitting right next to me on the seat is just this. This is Maddie's face. She's one of the maid of honors, but she lives in the UK, so she can't come to the Hens. So we made a printout of her face so that she could come to the Hens, you know? She's here to party. I ended up rushing to the shops, grabbing what I needed, getting some lunch, grabbing myself a coffee to have on the way, and I've just driven here. And it looks like Lang and G are already here. It is 2:03 p.m, so perfect timing. And I'm so excited. I feel like the nerves and like the anxiety has kind of like subsided for me, and now I'm just really excited, but we have a lot of work to do. I don't know what I'm gonna film over the next couple of days. I just wanna be fully transparent. I just feel like I will have a lot to do and a lot that I wanna be focusing on that's not vlogging. Like I wanna be making sure I'm setting up and cooking and cleaning and doing these games and hanging out with the bride, and you know, just making sure everyone's having a good time. And so vlogging won't be on the forefront of my mind, but I think Soph will have a video coming out. And so if you want to see like the other POV, you know, like what it looks like for the bride on a Hens weekend, I think that would be really fun, and see her get to see all the surprises and things like that. But I'll take you along with me for what I can, especially in this setup situation. But I need to go in and start setting up. We've made it to the house, and this place is insane. We are dividing and conquering because we've got to rush. We have the goodie bags. Lang is taking care of setting up the bedrooms. George is putting away all of the groceries, and I'm putting up some of the decals in the bathroom and like by the pool and stuff. Why am I out of breath? Gorge. Tripping with Soph. I'm in the main bedroom, which is Soph's bedroom, and I've just done two little logos. We have these circle ones, and then we have like the written ones, but I did the circle ones in here because she has two mirrors, and I think it turned out cute. I think I'm done with decals. I'm probably gonna go help the girls set up the rooms now. You can't really see it very well, but we have one above the stovetop, tripping with Soph. We also put a bunch out near the pool. These ones have little different designs. We have bikini and shells on this one. We also have some pool floats that we brought that kind of go with the theme that looks so cute. Lang's a PR vet. She used to do this full time. We're rookies. George is taking charge of the balloon situation. We need to spread these out a little bit, but this is Soph's bed. She's got the main room, and we have decked out her bed. So we have her gorgeous PJs. We have a fresh new Lululemon set for her, obviously crisp white, very bridal. We have the t-shirts that George made. All of the others are blue with white, but hers is white with blue, and hers is so cute. We have a cute little veil for her. We have a cotton on body towel. We have Matcha Lane Matcha, obviously. All of her favorite fun day natural sweets. Beginning Boutique tote and little keychain, and her little bride tag. We have Maddie's face nestled in there as she belongs. Then we have a Beginning Boutique tumbler, personalized water bottle, and we have some goodies in. Oh, we're also going to put these bird balloons. This is a little setup in the bathroom, little personalized cosmetic bag. James Cosmetics High Smile. We also got her this cute little bride claw clip. I think that's so cute. And some Bondi Sands Gem and High Smile goodies here as well. processing all the florals. The girls are doing Pilates right now. It sounds like they're having so much fun. They're like giggling and laughing. They've got music on outside. But yeah, we're getting the florals ready for our lunch garden party. Everything has gone really well so far.
Yeah, I think
everyone's having a good time. I think they loved the goodie bags.
Having a great time.
The movie night went really well last night. Like all the themes are going well, the food is going well, and everyone's been so helpful too. Like everyone wants to come and like help and clean up and everything, which is really nice.
It's a nice group.
It's such a nice group of girls. Everyone is so lovely. I know I mentioned right before I walked into the house that I wasn't exactly sure how much I was going to be able to vlog like during the actual like little trip, and you know what, I didn't vlog a ton, so I'm sorry that you didn't get to see a lot of stuff happening in real time. But like I mentioned, Soph vlogged the whole thing, so you definitely need to watch her video to see it just from a totally different POV, and obviously seeing it from the bride's POV, like that is the most fun POV you're gonna get on a Hens, is the bride. So you have to go watch Soph's vlog. I'll link it down below. But I really just wasn't thinking about vlogging at all. Like I just had other things to be thinking about. But a quick little debrief for you guys. In my very biased opinion, I think it was a success. I think everything turned out great. The house was beautiful, the weather was beautiful, all the girls were so lovely, and I think they had fun. I think everyone loved the goodie bags and like the decorations, and Soph truly noticed every detail, which I wasn't sure if she would. Like there's so much going on that I really wasn't sure if she would notice all the details, but she did, and she appreciated them so much, which made me so happy, and everything just felt so worth it. Seeing Soph so happy and just have the biggest smile on her face, like there is nothing better than seeing the people you love just full of joy, and having any hand in that, like it was just the best feeling ever. And I'm just so glad we got to celebrate Soph and just treat her like the princess that she is. If you can't already tell, my love language is acts of service, so doing things for the people that I love is just my favorite way to show them that I love them. And I love Soph so much, and I'm so excited that her wedding is coming up and we'll be able to see her marry her best friend. Like I could cry just thinking about it. As well as acts of service being my love language, I also just love a craft. I love a DIY. I love to host. So being able to combine all of those things, it was just so fun and so special, and I'm just very grateful that I got to be a part of it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.